A remote mission station in Zimbabwe, Southeast Africa. It is 40 degrees Celsius in the savannah. Christopher Schulze from Munich has dug a hole 1,20 meters deep in the clay soil. He wants to take samples and analyze their composition.
I'm taking a soil sample here of the different characteristics to find out what the soil is like and what crops can be planted here.
4 students from Munich Technical University have set off to rethink development cooperation. Together with local students and people, they come up with innovative solutions for the use of renewable energy, water and agriculture in development countries. To do so, they first have to obtain information. How much energy and water do the people actually need? When and what for? What do they cultivate? What do they like eating? And how much money can they spend for food? For this purpose, the students have drawn up a questionnaire with 70 questions to ask 183 inhabitants of this rural, very poor area.
After the lessons I've learned is that we need to help these people to fight the effect of this climate change.
And we're conducting a questionnaire to understand, to get insights into the daily life challenges which people face related to electrification, water shortages and environmental problems.
Michael Hechenwang is studying mechanical engineering. He is fascinated by the wind, which blows continually from the Indian Ocean over the land. A huge potential for many regions in Africa.
The content of my research is wind power in a small scale and low-cost level, and local manufacturing of wind power systems.
But he lacks data on the wind strength in certain places. That is why he has developed a wind measuring system and built 3 stations. This one is 10 meters up.
There are a lot of places without electricity, so we need to provide electricity. And wind power is one great source which we can use to produce electricity.
The 4 students are already electrified. This new joint venture was developed at Munich Technical University. Professor Thomas Hamacher holds the chair for renewable and sustainable energy systems. He has been sending students doing master's theses to a Catholic mission station in Zimbabwe for years. Despite the country's huge potential for renewable energy and agriculture, these sectors are massively underachieving.
We are convinced that with new energy technologies, especially photovoltaics and also batteries, we will see in especially areas with a lot of solar irradiation a transformation of the energy system to renewable energies. And we do see that this transformation might also cause other transformations in agriculture and industry in these regions.
But it is not done with technology alone. Development aid has failed for decades, so the university is banking on an interdisciplinary joint venture. Students from 5 faculties are developing innovative solutions together with local students in order to provide energy, water and food. The initiator of this idea, 30 years old and already an engineering graduate.
I think it's good to change the word development aid into development cooperation. There had been a lot of highly motivated and smart persons the last decades working in the development aid, but I think there was missing the structures for real cooperation.
Back in Zimbabwe, the students from Munich are visiting a vocational training center in the capital, Harare. They want to find out what skills the young people learn there. And they want to help, establish contacts, come up with ideas together. The first goal, a wind farm produced in Zimbabwe.
Those guys showed and proved that they have the capacity and the ability to help us also to build a wind turbine.
But Zimbabwe is supplied almost exclusively with coal power and by the dilapidated Kariba Dam. Every day there are power cuts. lasting hours or even days.
There is a lot of sun here in the southern Africa, which we need to embrace, and there's a lot of solar potential we need to embrace. That's why I came into this project, to this cooperation, to learn more about the renewable energy technologies.
Climate change will hit Africa harder than many other parts of the Earth. But renewable energies can rapidly accelerate Africa's development in the next few years. A huge opportunity for this continent and for its young generation. It is them who have to be inspired. The High School of Banket, a market town on the trunk road to Zambia. The students from Munich give lessons in renewable energy.
First of all, I see understanding among the students. I see interest, they ask very curious questions. And what really matters, I see already existing knowledge. So they are aware of climate change and they are ready to start changing this.
Renewable energies can trigger off totally different processes of change. They function in small structures and do not need the overstretched states in many places in Africa.
Most of the established energy technologies cannot be built and constructed and operated under bad governance. But the new technologies we're talking about here are very small and might be implemented even without having these governance structures at a whole in the country, but they only need to have a certain area where they can be implemented. And our big wish is that with the help of this technology, also maybe the governance can on the long term be improved.
Back in Banket High School, the school choir has stepped up to set up the wind measuring system. They proudly pull together. Then it's up and is already supplying data on the wind at precisely this place. The wind of change.